Hi everyone and welcome to the Autumn Garden Tour 2022. This year I'm in a t-shirt. That's because we have such warm temperatures at the moment of about 20-21 degrees centigrade. That's between 68 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really warm for the middle of October. And this year I will most likely do two parts again to the garden tour like I did last year, because some maples are in full color whereas others aren't colored at all yet. So we will mainly concentrate again on the Japanese maples, but I would like to show you a few other plants as well. Let's get started right here. This is our Jordan Japanese maple. I will only mention the cultivar names and put the full names in the description box down below for your reference. And this one usually has a very vibrant red color in autumn. This year, however, it's not as vibrant. It's a little bit darker. It's more like a dark red, or more like a blood red color really. So it's interesting to see how different the color turns out every year depending on weather and on other factors. Then right behind it, I also want to show you the two Aureum maples. So they are palmatum Aureum. And this is interesting because last year, if I remember correctly, these two maples were more like yellowish, orangey. And this year, as you can see, the shaded out part at the back is still green, and everything that is in the sun is just red this year. This is very interesting. And the same on the smaller one here. This is the one where I showed you the leaves scorching from this summer in the other video. And also here you see it's partially still green in here and the other leaves are red. In this area I would like to show you the deciduous azaleas. Normally you don't see them on the video because normally we don't film in this area, or not from this angle, and I usually put them on Instagram in autumn, but they have this very beautiful red orangey autumn color, and the light is so nice at the moment, so you can see it on video also this time. You can see our golden larch and the beautiful autumn color it gets. And this tree was about that tall when we planted it a few years ago. It was originally meant as a bonsai, but then because it was planted in the ground, it really started growing very fast. So in case you're wondering about this larch, and then you see the larches in the background here behind me, let's go a bit closer. The reason why they are not colored yet is because these are Japanese larches. And we have 3 of those here. Also those I bought originally for bonsai, but I don't really do bonsaiing anymore. And so we planted them in the garden, and also they are growing really well. They have grown quite tall. They were about that tall when we planted them a few years ago. And they will, or normally I think they do not really color so much in autumn. It's more like a pale green, which you can already see. But the very interesting time for those is spring normally, with this really fresh green growth and color. These are Japanese azaleas, the ones that bloom in white. They have been planted only, I think it was a couple of years ago, and grown really well and covered the entire area here. And also on those I wanted to show you how they start to turn out in autumn. So they are a semi-evergreen. That means they lose about half of their leaves. In autumn time you can see they're turning yellow. And then in spring they will get new leaves again. So they look in autumn and winter usually a bit empty because the leaves start falling. Now this depends on the cultivar of azaleas and also on the climate. For our climate here in the nursery where we bought them from, said that this would happen. They are semi-evergreen, so they will be a bit more, lose some of the leaves in the next weeks. Behind me here you can see the Mikasa yama Japanese maple. A very beautiful cultivar. It's the only maple we have that was grown from seed. And this one, last year it was really bright yellow, and this year you can still see it had a very nice yellow color, but it was not as intense as it was last year. And also this year it turned yellow suddenly, And then just a few days later, as you can see now, the leaves started to turn brown and already like at the top here start to fall off. So this is also different this year, that the color comes out, but it doesn't really stay for very long compared to last year. In comparison, the Seiryu right here, so growing right next to the Mikasa yama, and you see is mainly still green at this time of the year. That's also interesting, except for a few tips of branches, like you can see here, where the color is starting to come in like a red purple kind of tone this year. Interesting. So we'll see how that one turns out. So this is why I said I will most likely do 2 garden tours again, so we can cover the ones that have color now and the ones that are about to get color. Here I want to show you the color of the Fuji cherry before the leaves are falling off. Usually this gets a mix of, you see this here, it's more like a purple color mixed with some yellow and orange in between. So it gives a really nice contrast and spot of color in the garden. Now let's move over to the other side of the garden across the bridge. You can see in the background, this is where we have the main autumn color at the moment. Before we do, however, let me show you the Ginkgo tree. The Ginkgo is starting to turn yellow a little bit. It's a bit earlier this year. Normally the Ginkgo is quite late with yellow, which is nice. And then to your left, Adam's plum and the beautiful red leaves. And the leaves are starting to drop, and it looks so nice every year with the green shrubs and all the red leaves sprinkled on top. These 2 maples here are the Sango kaku, which usually turn bright yellow every year. And they have done this also this year, but you can see they still have a touch of green. And also on those, I noticed that the leaves are starting to fall off. As soon as the color turns yellow, they turn brown and then start to fall off. You can see that at the top of the maples. That's also interesting to see this year. In the background there, the other yellow one is the 3rd Sango kaku we have. Also very beautiful color, but also this one turned really quickly this year from green to yellow to brown. I don't think I've spoken about this maple in the past. Maybe you've seen it on a video. This is a Sekimori. It's a dissectum maple, so the ones with the sliced leaves on a very low graft. So that means the trunk is really low. And this one is green during the summer and spring. And in autumn, it turns into a bright yellow. Usually no other color. This year, the first time, you can see it has a touch of orange or red almost as well at the top. And also is starting to get brown really quickly. In the background, you can see a really funny kind of maple. It's the one where there is a Aconitifolium, a fern-leaf maple in the middle. And I think the graft just has grown through many years ago, so before we bought this maple. And there's the green normal palmatum maple on to the left and to the right of the red one, which is the fern-leaf maple. So that looks really funny in autumn always. This is our Orangeola cultivar, and usually this one has many different colors during the year. So it comes out in kind of a green, then it turns into this maroon brown. This year in summer it was completely green, as you can see here, so a lot greener than normal. Normally it stays in this kind of brown. And last year, in case you've seen the autumn tour, it was the most stunning orange I've ever seen in our garden. This year we will see how it turns out. Here you see that the color is turning into a red actually, or like a purple, and you see leaves are falling off again. So this is a really interesting play of colors this year. So we'll see on the second garden tour what this one is gonna be. Then back there, I want to show you the Viridis, Japanese maple, this one. And the Viridis is also a Dissectum cultivar, so with the sliced leaves. It's a very beautiful one. In autumn it usually turns out in several colors, so anything from red, orange to yellow. And last year, if I remember correctly, it was like in two or three colors, but more on the yellow orangey side. But this year also this cultivar, you see, turns more into this purple and kind of red brownish color, so also different this year. We have two more cultivars I want to show you here. I'm gonna start with this one. This one is an emerald lace, also a Dissectum group maple, so with the sliced leaves. And the emerald lace now you can see is already brown. I did show you that one in one of my previous maple videos. And this one is always the first one every year that turns from a green summer color to a bright red. So this is at a time, probably beginning of October, when no other maple is colored yet. The emerald lace is already red, so a very beautiful cultivar as well. This one you can see is also very low grafted, so the trunk is really low, and we do prune it accordingly so that it doesn't touch the bottom actually. But that's also a personal preference how you want to prune these type of cultivars. The one next to it is the fern leaf maple, or Aconitifolium, a very beautiful cultivar that turns from a green in spring and summer to this really, really nice orange and red. This year I think it's very beautiful, more than normal what I can remember from last year's, because we have this mix of color even on the same leaves, as you can see, from like yellowish, red, orange, so all tones are on all the leaves. So looking a bit closer, look at this beautiful color. Look, yellow underneath here, orange and red, so nice. I don't think it has ever been so nice as this year. And you see this one, for example, is a little bit darker, in like a darker red or brownish almost. So really all shades of the warm color spectrum on this maple. So nice. And this year, this one does not have that many seeds this year. Normally this one is really full with seeds. There are seeds on there, but it's not as many as normal, but also that is different on every maple every year. The last maple I want to show you today is the Osakazuki cultivar. This is a stunning Japanese maple with vibrant autumn colors. This maple has a lighter green color in spring and autumn, has a little bit larger leaves, you can see here compared to my hand. And then in autumn it turns into this fantastic vibrant red. You see, starting here with a darker purplish color, and then looking up towards the sun, you see how bright the red is. It's absolutely stunning, this beautiful vibrant color it gets. One of my favorite cultivars for autumn color in our garden. And that brings me to the end of the Japanese maple garden tour #1 this year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and see you next time. Bye!